Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome to Pinkfresh Friday, which is a hop organised by Joanne Bartle and is all about using up our Pinkfresh Studio stash and celebrating everything Pinkfresh, which we all love, love, love. I have dived into an older collection for this month and it is Dream On, which is a very fun sort of doodly kind of collection with all sorts of stuff. I don't have the entire collection, but I do have a lot of it left. I have already been through the ephemera pack, so these are the cardstock die cuts, and there were 54 pieces, and I do have 2 packs, not full packs, so I've had a good rummage through there. I also have the 6x6 pad, and I have left this paper out, which is Fancy, and it's the B side of these bows, along with this one, which is like a cut apart as well from the 6x6, because I might cut out some of these bits and bobs to go with my layout. And I have also already cut my papers, so I'm using this paper, which is this gorgeous blue. Oh, and it's actually this paper, but in 12 by 12 format. I didn't realise that. I was looking for that paper. No wonder I couldn't find it. So what they've done is basically shrink it down, so it is the exact paper. I love this paper, and I kind of don't want to use it now, but I'm going to use it. So that is going to be my background paper, and then I have trimmed this to about 11 by 11. And this is going to be my inner paper, if you like. I have taken, it's another photo of baby Adam, and I've matted it 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, with papers from the 6x6 pad. Great way to use those small patterns. I've also used this paper from a 6x6 pad, just to get a different variation of colour, and that is going to go roughly in the middle. I'm using this sketch from Scrapper Sketch, which was last week's, so it's from the 21st of July, and this is just one of the weekly sketches, and I really like this, because it's got these sort of strips, so you could use washi strips or pattern paper strips or mixed media strips, all sorts of different ways you could do sewing in between each one, all sorts of different things you could do, but equally you could just treat it as a pattern paper layer like I'm doing. But this did sort of inspire this paper choice as well, because this is like strips, even though I've sort of switched them out. Now on here there are lots of layers, and then the photo, I have sort of switched that out and used those layers to map my photo. But that's where I thought some of these could come in, because we could cut out some of these and then add them as sort of layers around the photo. I've got 4 piles of embellishments, which I thought we would change the sketch up a little bit, as I do. So I'm going to have a little cluster here, here, here and here. We'll see where we go from there, which is kind of what this is. Like, we've got the title and the journaling, then I'm just moving then, but we'll see. But this is what started off this layout, which is last week's weekly Scrapper sketch. Okay, in terms of other embellishments, I've also got a brand new pack of the layered chipboard stickers. These are really cool. I love these. We've got the puffy stickers, and these are very, very puffy. They're like jelly puffy and quite thick. And leatherette stickers as well. I've actually used a full pack of these before, and these, but I still have a full pack as well. And this collection is from 2017, so 6 years. And it's just an everyday photo of me in a high chair, I think, in a very old looking kitchen. It looks very retro. So yeah, that is what we are doing today. So this is a YouTube and Instagram hop, so don't forget to check out the description box down below, where you will find a list of everybody playing along. including the lovely Joanne who organises this, and the Simple Stories Saturday, which is coming up tomorrow. So watch out for that as well. It's a good one this week. Yes, don't forget to check out the description box down below and you'll find the list of everybody. Check out their channels, give them some scrappy love, give them a like, give them a follow, give them a comment, because it really does help every one of us who creates on YouTube. You don't realise just how helpful and how much a like means. I know not everybody has time to comment, I don't. I know we all have busy lives, but even a like really goes a long way. A subscribe goes even further, and any sort of engagement with our videos really does help. So thank you, and don't forget to check out everybody playing along, because there is so much Pinkfresh love and inspiration. Okay, so my idea was to cut out some of these. So for example, I could cut out like some of them, such as this rainbow. I'm not going to be able to because it overlaps, but this smile down here I could cut out. Now it's white on white for some of them, but we do have some blue ones as well. So I could ink the edges and equally mix it in with some coloured. It may, however, become a little bit too full with the embellishment clusters I want to use. So I may change it up, and rather than put stuff here, we might have these sort of stacked pieces going up here, and then I will just ink the edges with maybe a blue. So I would personally use that. I would use this one here, just to bring more of that blue in, which I love. I've just pulled that up, didn't mean to do that. This one here. I also like that all of these boxes are sort of, they're not straight. They are all a bit wonky and a bit crooked and a bit funky. And we all know, or if you're new around here, if you stick around, then you will come to know that I don't do anything straight. It's all about embracing the wonk around here. And these wonky boxes make me very happy, because it plays onto my strength of embracing the wonk. So I'm just cutting out some of these. I don't really know if my idea is going to work or whether I'm wasting my time, but what I obviously I don't want to waste your time by watching me do something that I then don't use. So what I will do is I will just scoot off and finish this off camera, and I will be right back with you guys, and we shall see whether we actually use these or not. Okay, so that is all of them cut out, which was pretty quick because, like I say, they're not perfectly straight at all. I've inked one of them just to see what it would look like, and I think it does stand out a little bit more. Don't know whether we'll do it with them all. I've cut a few out of the 6x6, but first I think I am going to do the top and bottom cluster, just because I've sort of like pulled out a few things that I think will work, that I'd like to see if we can use, and then we can build from there. So it's all about the layering down here, I think. So I'm going to start with this. Some of it is tone on tone, some of it is different colours. I'm not sticking with like the colours down here, but they have kicked off my embellishment cluster, so to speak. We've got all sorts of embellishments. So I've got some of these houses, which I love. These are really fun, and I kind of want to tuck things in and get things sort of overlapping as much as we can. So these houses are really fun. It's a really fun collection actually that I particularly like, so I'm glad that I have got quite a bit of it. Now I want to somehow bring this in with this. So we've got that. I'm gonna overlap this a little bit like so, and then let's bring in a bit of adhesive there, and then I'm going to actually do this one like that. So we've got the rainbow, the clouds sticking out, and some of the stars. We've got some quotes which I think work well. These are like doodled ones, so we've got one step at a time, which I think is perfect for this photo, because obviously toddler, one step, learning, all of that malarkey. Got some leaves, and as I say, just different kind of embellishments. It's a can't talk. It's a very general collection, I would say. It's not very specific to a particular theme, and you can use it for quite a lot of different things. It's quite a feel-good collection, I would say. But as I say, it is an older collection, so I doubt you would pick any of it up anymore. But I know that Pinkfresh have just released a travel collection, tourist mode is it? Along with a few other collections, and I do have my eye on the travel collection. So we shall see what the birthday fairy brings, maybe. I've got this rubber charm. There was some rubber charms. I'm going to overlap that house onto there. I don't have many of them left. I've put a couple up there as well. And then just some stars and hearts, which you can kind of use with anything. I know some people are of the opinion it's stars or hearts. I am very much of the opinion you can use both. Why limit yourself? Stars and hearts can work together beautifully. So that is a little cluster going on down here. I'm not really going to journal as such because it's not a particular story. It's just me as a toddler. There's nothing to write home about really. I think we might add this in down there because I really like this rainbow. And rainbows just make me smile. So let's add that in down there, and then we can move our star up a little bit. So that is that one. As I say, I'm not going to do these two side clusters just yet. We may add them in, we may not. Lesson learned, that's a great one as well. We've got a couple more rubber charms here. Now let's see what we've got here. So I've got another quote, live for the moment, and another houses. So let's see if we can do the same with this and sort of intertwine. And I've also got a rainbow, and we've also got another one of these. So we're repeating some elements and bringing in some other elements. For this one, I think we're going to put this on this side, sort of roughly where this ends, but not exactly. Just to get that sort of, not a mirror image, but a bit of symmetry going on, if you like. So let's see. I'm just going to pull this down for a moment. So sorry you can't see it all. I just want to be able to pull this up. So I'm going to pull the houses up to there, and then this is going to go sort of there. So a little bit different on this one. And then we've got this rainbow, which I think will work quite well here. I'm going to tuck that one under there. So that is quite different. Just about comes to the top, which is good. And we've also got another leafy bit, so let's tuck that in and overlap it. And I've also got a rubber charm for this one, which is another leafy bit. we've got an arrow, again bringing the elements that are at the top and the bottom, which just gives you a little bit of consistency, I suppose is the right word, whilst equally bringing in different elements. So we've got these two rubber pieces down here, and here we've got the XOXO and the leaves. So it's slightly different, but there are some similarities, shall we say. Then here I'm going to add this that says all the feelings. So whilst the predominant colour up here is more of the blues and down here it's more of the pinks and the yellows, we have still mixed and matched them to bring all the colours across the whole layout, rather than trying to be monochromatic, which you could try, but I think I would have found a little bit difficult based on what embellishments were available. And then, as I was saying about the whole symmetry thing and consistency, I'm adding a couple of stars and hearts there as well. So that is our top cluster, which is a little bit longer but thinner. This one's a little bit shorter but wider. So hopefully you can see how that's working and you agree and like it. So now I've got the top and the bottom, I want to look at these pieces for our two sides and sort of build outwardly. So focus here and sort of come down like this kind of thing, I'm thinking. We'll see if it works that way. It may not work out, and that's okay. That is a-okay. Okay, so I've got black suit distressing and an ink blend tool from Ranger, and I'm just going round, especially these white ones, just giving them a bit of a black edge. I'm not going in too hard. I was going to do blue, but it didn't really show up very well. And some adhesive in the middle, and then I want to tuck it under like so. So I'm going to start about here. There we go. So my idea, and it is just an idea, so if this doesn't work, that's okay, is to build sort of almost paper piece, but not paper piece. So bring in lots of colour and patterns with all of these different elements. I think it's the perfect pattern paper for it. So let's see. As I say, if this doesn't work, that's okay. But I think we're just going to have to go for it and see how it looks. I'm not being particularly careful about my inking either. I'm just sort of going for it. We're going to overlap all of our cutouts, because that is most definitely the kind of look I want. And see where we go. I'm not going to ink them all either, because I think that's going to differentiate for us as well. So like, we've not inked that one, I'm not inking this one, but I've sort of come over there so you can see some of the yellow at the bottom as well. I will ink any that are white for sure, and some that are coloured as well, but the white ones particularly could get lost into our background. Okay, so that's going to go there. So yeah, it's almost like paper piecing, but not completely like paper piecing. It's paper piecing with a twist, shall we say. And I quite like the twist. It's not going to be for everybody. It's a lot of colour and a lot of pattern, but I like it. And that is what matters. So we're just going on. As you can probably tell, we've kind of left the sketch behind. It inspired this layout, got us going, gave us that creative push, and we've left it behind and gone our own creative way, which is what it's all about, guys. Never be afraid to do that. I say that all the time, but it is so, so true. And Lisa will say that as well. Okay. So I've kind of gone up like that, but I think that's enough there. I'm going to use this one over here, just being me is fun. I think that's quite a cute saying for a toddler page, don't you think? And then we're just going to do much of the same on this side. And then we'll see if we want to add in any embellishments at the top of all this, or whether actually we've got enough. One thing I am going to do that's different on this side is not come down quite as far, or yeah, to about there. I think I need to move this flower. I'm not feeling that there, so let's bring that down here. Sort of tuck that into there. So we've got the rainbow tucked into this background there. We've got the flower tucked in down there. So it all sort of makes sense and works together nicely. Overlapping that there. This will add, oops, sorry about that, I knocked the microphone. So we're just going to keep on building these layers. So I will scoot off and finish that and be right back with you. So that is all them on. It's very busy, but actually I really like it. There's lots to see. I've added a couple of the rubber charms, and yeah, I think it works. I think it works. Now I am going to add a couple of flares. So we've got this one that says snap. These will be coming up soon, and I'm just going to sort of add them over there. Of course, these are not from Pinkfresh Studio. These are from the Flare Hut. So we primarily focus on Pinkfresh Studio products on Pinkfresh Friday. But we can add in some additional elements should we want to. So for me, that is the flare. Everything else you see is indeed Pinkfresh Studio. So I'm going to add in 4 maybe. I've got, let's see. So we've got these wordy ones. These are from our Inspired by collection, which will be coming out in due course. So I'm just seeing where else we could add on. So we've got one that says hello, one that says perfect, one that says snap, and one that says photos. So very usable phrases, and they just sort of, they balance all of those squares and rectangles and give us another shape, bringing the hearts and the stars and the rainbows and the triangles. And it's just a burst of colour and a burst of shapes and a burst of pattern. And yes, it's busy, but it's like the inside of a toddler's mind, isn't it? It's like non-stop craziness, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, I want to add a couple of puffy stickers just to get another texture onto this layout. So I think what I will do is, let's see, this happy would look really good up here, so I'm going to overlay that onto the photo. Never be afraid of using negative space in your photo, I say, because it just adds something for sure. We've got a little arrow that I'm going to add in there, and I'm going to add one in over here as well, and that ties in arrow, 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 arrow. And let's see, you're a whole lot of lovely, that's quite cute, but I think let's add in a puffy leaf over the leaves that we've already got. So I like that. They are so they call them Studio Puff stickers. Don't know if that's different to puffy stickers, but they definitely feel different. And they are, of course, different to the rubber stickers, which are rubber charms. And I know Pinkfresh did them with a few collections at the time. Then we've got these leatherette stickers, which is yet another texture that I love. And I'm going to add this banner sideways there, just to give us a little bit more, a little bit of something. And finally, just a couple of these leatherette hearts is going to finish us off nicely. I'm going to layer one on this heart maybe. There we go. I love these as well. I want to do something focusing on these shapes. And I think we've got enough, haven't we, really, guys? That is going to do it for this layout. I truly love this collection. It is such a nice, usable, different collection. It's different, and I think I love it, actually. I haven't really done much with this collection, so it's good to get an old collection out and use it, because our stuff is better used rather than being hoarded. I'm going to use a couple of the chipboard as well, just because I can, and just to get another texture going. So these are layered, which is kind of fun. And that really is now going to do it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you are not new here, thank you for coming back and watching more and more. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow for Simple Stories Saturday. Don't forget to check out the description box for the links to everybody else playing along with Pinkfresh Friday. I will be back in August. Can you believe August already? For Pinkfresh Friday, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.